following is a presentation of GRS-TV.
We set the bar high, on top 'cause we so fly. Name in the bright lights, looking like a star shine. We set the bar high, on top 'cause we so fly. Name in the bright lights, looking like a star shine.
Friday Night Lights at Homer B. Johnson Stadium as the Naaman Forest Rangers meet the South Garland Titans. Hello, everyone. My name is Steve Reeves. I'm joined by my partner, Bobby George. Bobby, hard to believe we're already midway through the season already. Of course, got 2 games down in district play. This is game number 3, an important game tonight for these 2 teams. You know, South has started 0-5, 0-2 in district play. They've got to win out if they want any shot at the playoffs.
Of course, and both teams have to really work hard. I mean, you get this point of the season for South Garland. They're 0-3 now. They've been shut out 2 games in a row. They've got to figure out a way to get on the board. They got to get some big plays, something to get this team back in the spirit of winning. They got to figure out how to do it. Of course, Naaman Forest is always strong, always big, and got a great defense.
Yeah, Naaman comes in, of course, at 1-1 in district play, and again, those are the only 2 games of the season for them. They, if you remember, of course, did not play into their non-district schedule due to COVID concerns, and so, you know, they come in at 1-1 in district play. They had the big loss last week against Garland, but looking to bounce back tonight against South Garland and you know, kind of solidify, you know, perhaps a playoff spot for them.
Yeah, you know, people wondered, well, why would you not play all those games up front? But, you know, if you've only played 2 games, your guys are fresh. You had a lot of time to keep your guys healthy. That first game they came out and played, they did pretty good, but it was almost like a preseason game. There was probably 15 penalties during that game. And then last week, you know, you played one of the best teams in the whole entire conference here. So, you know, they're only 2 games in. They've got a lot of healthy guys, and they feel really good about their team.
Just about set to get underway here, and Colonels will be kicking to Naaman Forest. Naaman Forest will receive first here. We're just about set to get underway. There are 2 return men deep for the Naaman Forest Rangers. Number 2, Kingsley Bennett. Keep an eye out for him. They're going to kick it his way, but it's going to come to the up back, number 20, and around the 29, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds around the 44. So good field position here to start for the Naaman Forest Rangers. That was Elijah Hubbard on the return, and again, the Ranger offense coming out here first. Here's a look at him on the side.
Will be first down and 10 from the
Again, had the game last week against Garland got a little bit out of hand, Bobby. You know, they were in that game for the first half, and then Garland kind of broke away there in the second half, but they're looking to get back on track here tonight.
Yeah, they had a really good first quarter and a really good fourth quarter, but that second quarter they allowed Garland to score 24 points on them and unanswered as well, so it was really a tough one for them. They never was able to really get back into the game.
There's a snap, and look at play action on the first play of the game. They got a wide open receiver. That catch is made, and we're going to have a down at the half-yard line, a huge throw and catch to his favorite receiver. That was Trey Walton, the quarterback, and number 17, Jaden Flores.
Boy, he just sets back and just throws a deep bomb right off the bat.
St. John, first and goal.
Beautiful throw. I mean, that was right on the money. In fact, he should have been in the end zone. I don't think he ever touched the ground until he rolled in.
That was a 56-yard pass play, and now we've got, of course, a first and goal at the 1-yard line. And the quarterback, number 0, Trey Walton, he's going to hand it off to Kingsley Bennett to the left side. He is into the end zone for a touchdown, and just like that, about 30 seconds into the game, and we've got our first score.
Kingsley Bennett.
He takes a big shot right here. Boom. But he plows in there.
Yeah, he gets 6 points, so I think he'll take that every time. There's a look at Kingsley Bennett right there on the sideline. Coach talking to him just a bit, but boy, Bennett, a 3-year starter for the Rangers at running back, and boy, finally a senior. You know, we've seen Kingsley Bennett here the last couple of years have been a really good running back for Naaman Forest. Finally a senior, and a touchdown here early on.
Yeah, he's grown as a player. He's 5'8", 160 pounds, but just his total awareness of the game. He plays quick, you know, but he's under control, and he's, you know, what the coaches love. They can trust him out there. They know exactly where he's going to be. Just been a great asset to this football team.
Number 33, Joel Rios with the extra point. There's a look at Trey Walton. There's the quarterback.
That's the way to start the game, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Big play there. Again, the big 56-yard strike there.
He's really turned out to be a great player. He's 6'3", so he can see over those offensive linemen and see the field real well. He's 30 of 48, about 63%, 534 on the season. 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. That's in 2 games. So that's all he's had behind him, 2 games. This will be his 3rd game of the season. So he's just going to get better and better as he gets more familiar with the coaches and the plays and the players around him.
Yeah, there's a look right there. Number 17 there in the middle of your screen. That is his favorite receiver. We mentioned it, Jaden Flores. Boy, and Flores had that huge game, the first game of the season, had over 200 yards receiving. And again, picks up the big 56-yarder here on the first play from scrimmage. And so the Rangers set to kick it away here to the Titans. What beautiful night here, Bobby. We had some thunder showers come through here, you know, early in the afternoon, but they've cleared out now, and the weather is just fantastic.
It is a beautiful sky. The clouds are awesome. The wind has settled down, and it cooled it off. I mean, it rained pretty good here right up until about game time.
So we are set, and here is the high end-over-end kick. It's going to come down at around the 20-yard line. This one will be returned. Looking for some space. Gets through the first line, but then gets tackled around the 30-yard line, and that's where the Titans will take over 1st and 10 for their first offensive possession in the game. Again, we are not even 1 minute in. Naaman on top 7-0.
1st and 10, South Garland starting at their 31.
So here's a look at the Titans on offense as they come out, and boy, again, they got to establish something early on here, Bobby, especially with this score, you know, this quick score for Naaman Forest. But, you know, even if it's just picking up a couple of first downs, they need to get some things established here offensively.
Yeah, I mean, their biggest player is Jimmy Shelley. You know, he's their quarterback. He runs the ball, and he throws it.
There's a quick throw there looking for number 1, Jacob Krim. And, boy, a little high that time, and the catch is not able to be made. Good defense there by number 6 of the Rangers. That's a McKee Bird.
2nd down, 10 yards to go for the Titans.
You can see right there. I mean, they're going to try to get the ball out of his hands fast. He's the one that's going to run the ball, and he's going to be the one that's throwing it. Every time he touches the ball, that defense has to watch where he's going to be, because he's manning the whole team.
2nd down 10, and there's a look at the snap and the handoff this time coming to the left side, and boy, just tripped up in the backfield is the running back on the play. That was Bird once again with the tackle. That's number 3, Malik Price on the run. We do have an injured Naaman Forest player here, but here's a look at it.
Boy, you see Bird coming up from that linebacker spot so quick. He's just reading it.
So the injured Ranger player right there, and I mean, I didn't catch the number there. It looked like maybe 57. And as they tend to him, why don't we take a quick break? We've got 11:03 here remaining in the first quarter. Our score, Naaman Forest 7, South Garland nothing.
The Garland ISD Education Foundation provides resources to support and enrich education for all students in the Garland Independent School District. Every dollar donated helps fund innovative teaching and learning initiatives. Choose today to impact a better tomorrow. For more information and to learn how you can give, visit gisdedfoundation.org.
Number 51, the injured Naaman Forest Ranger on the play, Matthew Smith, and would not putting any weight at all on that right leg. Well, you hate to see that, especially to one of those big linemen. See him here towards the end of the play, and there it goes.
Ripped an ankle right there. He was just sitting there seeing the play, and it kind of rolled over his ankle. Ouch.
Third down and 10 for South Garland.
So 3rd down and 10 here. Shelley looking to throw it. Here comes pressure. He's going to throw it out. He's got a man out there, but overthrows him and picked off. That is an interception. They've got a wall there. He's going to cut down the sideline, then slips due to the rain and going to come off his feet around the 13-yard line. So the interception by the Rangers, number 85, Jason Lawrence. Boy, I tell you, he had Krim this time, Bobby. Just overthrows him.
Wide open right there in the middle. Great job of keeping his hands on that ball. It's what they call bingo. Start tipping it and start running. Try to catch it and go. Everybody just turns and blocks.
What's the Rangers set up here? They're already with a 7-0 lead, and they're going to have the ball inside the red zone at the 13 of the Titans.
Well, he's had his open receivers. He's just kind of overthrown them.
Walden with the handoff to Kingsley Bennett, who bounces it outside to the right and goes out of bounds around the 9-yard line. A nice little run there of about 4 yards.
They'll get a heavy dose of Bennett tonight for sure.
Second down and 6, the ball at the 9-yard line.
South has just had a hard time. I mean, first play of the game, they get a big run and then an interception right here.
Yeah, here's the ball. It's loose, so, and I think the Titans have it.
Big time play right there.
Yes, it was a fumble exchange that time from the quarterback to the running back on that play. The ball comes loose, and number 45 of the Titans there to recover it.
Man, that is exactly what they needed. Yeah, you're exactly right. They just kind of missed handoff right there, and it comes out.
As Avion Pacheco with the fumble recovery, and just like that, the Titans return the favor with a turnover of their own. They have the ball back, 1st and 10 at the 11. Snap to Shelley, looking to throw it all the way, throws it out in the flat. Boy, that ball was almost picked off.
Well, a great job by the receiver to keep that one from going the other direction.
Boy, another dangerous throw here from Shelley. Look at this one.
Oh, that was going to be a touchdown if the defense, the offensive player didn't turn into the defender right there and pull his shoulder pads back.
He was looking for Tyree on key that time, and boy, number 9, Lamont Potts Jr. almost picks it off. There's the fake handoff. Shelley's going to keep it himself. Oh, it takes a big hit, but not until he gets about 8 yards. A nice little run for the quarterback.
Yeah, I think that's where they're going to have to go with it until he can get warmed up. His arm's got to get warmed up a little bit because he's had some great receivers wide open, and he's just kind of overthrown them a little bit. Let him get warmed up in here. Let him use his athletic ability here and let the game settle down. Everything's a little fast for him right now.
Anthony Delgado.
Bobby, a correction. The quarterback right now, or on that last play, and now is number 4, Jaden Holland. We mentioned Jimmy Shelley, but it is Holland, the freshman quarterback that's in the game for the Titans. So correction on that the last 2 runs. That was not Shelley, but rather the freshman.
How about that?
Just outside their
Come in there and just run the ball, get it going, get going upfield. Get some positive plays here.
Yeah, he was able to pick up 3 yards and a first down. So the Titans with their first down of the game. Snap to Holland, looking to throw it. He throws it out. He's got a man out there. Catch is made. He turns inside. Boy, pretty good coverage out there, Bobby, by Potts Jr. Once again, there is a penalty flag on the play as well.
Well, you got to like that throw as well. I mean, that's a long throw to that outside like that. I mean, that's a dangerous, hard throw to make. And he put it right on the money.
Naaman Potts making the spot.
Here comes the penalty call.
Defense, 5-yard penalty. Still
And an
down.
offside call against Naaman Forest. So that's going to give the Titans 5.
Offside.
We'll replay first down and 5. The ball now placed at the 27.
27-yard line. Replay first down and 5.
Holland takes the snap, looking to throw it again. He throws it out. He's got his man Krim. hit immediately at a gain of only 1 yard. But you can see what they're doing with the freshman, Bobby. They're trying to get those quick passes.
Yeah, man, wow, he's put it right on the money. He looks like he knows where he's supposed to go with the ball. Look at this, just nice little touch pass right there to Krim. I mean, it's okay if you don't make any yards. You're still spreading the ball around and making plays. Eventually, one of those can break for you.
That was Bird with the tackle again. He's already got 3 unofficially. There's the handoff coming around to the right side. Some pretty good blocking out there. Boy, he's not able to turn the corner. Good pursuit that time by the Naaman Forest line.
On the 30-yard line.
That was Malik Price with the carry, but he's only going to gain about 1 more. It's going to be 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, he's got to get going upfield here. So the longer you drag it out, boy, 85, he's having a great game. Lawrence, he's already had that big interception. Now you see him coming downhill to make that stop on the outside. He's playing a little like a safety position out there, about 12 yards off the line of scrimmage, 8 to 10, 12 yards. He's just following the ball, making good plays.
See another penalty on the play. This one may go against the Titans. Boy, that hurts too, Bobby, because it was 3rd down and 2. But this false start is going to set up a 3rd and 7 now. And we're probably going to have to change your play call just a bit.
Yeah, that's usually what happens. You can get up there and you can do anything when you only have 2 yards to go. You can run the ball, you can pass the ball, but you back it up. Now you're almost into that where you have to get the 1st down here. It's a big play.
Just about at the 7.5-minute mark here of the 1st quarter. Naaman on top 7-0. Both teams have traded turnovers. Holland's got all day to throw it. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a man out there. Oh, and I think that ball was almost intercepted, Bobby. Number 22 of the Rangers, a good play on it. That was Jason Flores, but I tell you, the receiver was there, Bobby. He just had a little too much on it.
Nice decision to go there, though. I mean, he found him. Good little ball he threw right there. A little bit more on that one, and he's got him. That's a good play. But boy, they're putting a lot of plays in his hands. It's nice to see a freshman go out there and just be poised like that to do this.
4th down and 7. Titans have to kick it away. Oh, a bad punt. Goes off the side of the foot of the punter, and it's going to bounce at around the 32. Be down at the 34. So you're looking at a 9-yard net punt there for the Titans. And once again, Naaman's going to have great field position to start.
Boy, that's what one penalty can do for you, though. You get down there, you're 3rd and 2. You probably were going to run that ball and try to get a 1st down. And if you didn't get it, you're going to be really close. And it would make you almost think, can I go for it right here? If you only got an inch or 2 to go, you just sneak it. But, boy, then you get that bad punt. And
Walden with a 5-step drop. Oh, he hits his receiver right in the chest, and he's not able to hold on. So the Titans catch a bit of a break there. He's looking for Mikey DeLuna, but unable to hold on to it.
Well, that was a beautiful pass, and DeLuna was sitting right in the middle of the field, just wide open. He got there a little bit in a hurry and hit him right in his face mask.
2nd down and 10. Snap to Walden. 3-step drop. He's going to throw it out quickly. He's got his man, and boy, he drops it. That was Jaden Flores. So back-to-back drops here by the Rangers. We've got a 3rd and 10 coming up.
Wow. You don't see that very often, but Walton's just throwing the ball so nice. Look at that. That would have knocked the breath out of you. It hit you so hard in the belly.
3rd down and 10.
So 3rd down and 10 there. Now probably 2-down territory for the Rangers where the ball is.
Yeah, they might give this one to Bennett, see if he can get some of the yards here.
There's a snap, and that's indeed what they do. Bennett to the right side. He's got some room. Spin move, a penalty flag comes out, and he's going to be taken off his feet at the 28. So a gain of about 5, maybe 6 yards, but again, we'll check the penalty flag here.
I think they got a little holding call out here. It's going to back them up.
Holding.
Yep.
Offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
Well, so there's your holding call, Bobby. You called it.
Forest holding.
Well, you see this in Naaman. I mean, they've had such great opportunities to be marching it down the field, and they're just 2 drop passes right here and a holding call. And instead of being inside the 20 now, you're way back at a 3rd and 20 yards.
Just saw a look at head coach Jesse Perales for the Naaman Forest Rangers, and not real happy with that penalty there. It's going to be 3rd down and long, as you said, Bobby, looking to throw it out. That ball may be picked off. The Titans think they have it, but let's see if it hit the ground. No, they're going to say Titan ball. Yeah, they're going to mark. Oh, no, now they're waving and saying incomplete.
Okay. Well, they were happy about
Ruling
it
on
for
the
a minute.
field is an incomplete pass.
Well, it took
Ball
a
hit the
while for them to
ground,
make the call.
4th
Let's see if
down.
we can pick it up here. I know our camera crew's probably got it here.
No interception.
Look at this, slow motion. Bobby, I think he may have had that.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. His hands were under that
Sure
ball.
did look like a great camera work by our
4th and long
crew.
for the Rangers.
And that should have been the 2nd turnover of the night for the Rangers. It is going to set up 4th down and 20, however. And it looks like the Titans
Timeout.
elect to call a timeout here.
South Garland, first time out of the
Why don't
half.
we take a quick break with it? We've got 6:40 remaining in the first quarter. Our score, Rangers 7, Titans nothing.
We are all connected to something bigger than ourselves. Change one thing, change everything. The things we do today have an extraordinary impact on a child's future. A better child, a better world. GISD has a ripple effect on our community. Every lesson can positively affect our future leaders. We are Garland ISD, impacting lives, changing futures. It's what we call the GISD effect.
Taking Trent and tight end.
4th down and 19 here. There's the snap. The Rangers looking to punt away. Boy, they almost got that one blocked. Fair catch is called for and made at the 7-yard line. Well, I tell you, Bobby, back in our playing days, you know, we were always taught if you're inside the 10, you let it bounce and hopefully go in the end zone.
Yeah,
But
why fair catch that right there? Your opportunity of it to go into the end zone is better than just, I mean, anyway, he fair caught it inside the 10, so.
So the Titans will start 1st and 10 at the 8.
Colonel start their drive on their own 8-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Titans.
So the offense back on the field. A good job that time by the Titan defense. Of course, had 2 drops on that series by the Rangers. And here comes the handoff on 1st down up the middle. And a gain of about 3 yards.
Well, they're still battling in there.
If a Naaman player loses helmet, Bird, he's going to have to come off for 1 play. But yeah, 3-yard gain on 1st down. Going to mark it down at the 11-yard line. And that once again
Steve Smith
was
solo
Price
tackle
with the run. Second down and 7 now. There's a snap. Holland still in at quarterback. He's going to throw it deep, and boy, that was an ill-advised throw that time. So the freshman just kind of threw it up there, and that was an easy pick for the Rangers as the corner just was standing there, Bobby, and waited for the ball to get there. Roman Williams, the senior, with the interception.
Yeah, he kind of throws it to the outside. It almost looks like he thought his receiver was going to go that way. And you see the receiver even hitting his helmet. Maybe the play was to go that direction. I'm not exactly sure, but looked like the receiver was kind of open towards the middle of the field.
So the Rangers offense back on the field. We've been in Titan territory most of the game. There's the snap, fakes the handoff, quick throw out to Flores. He's got some blockers. Here he goes down the sideline. That's going to be a touchdown, Naaman Forest.
Touchdown, Naaman Forest.
42 yards on the score from Walton to Flores, and the Rangers extend the lead.
They give him too many opportunities in there. He didn't drop that one. Look at all those linemen downfield blocking for him here. Just an outside screen.
Extra point attempt coming up here by the Rangers. Number 33, Joel Rios, on to attempt his second extra point. There's a snap and hold. The kick is up, and that is right down the middle and good. So one play, a 42-yard touchdown from quarterback Trey Walton to Flores, and our new score, the Naaman Forest Rangers 14, the South Garland Titans 0. We'll be back after these messages on GRS TV.
In Garland ISD, we're providing a higher level of education. Our students not only choose their own path to success, but arrive there faster. We're eliminating thousands of dollars in college tuition costs with our P-Tech and early college high school programs. Students can graduate with as many as 60 college credit hours, an associate's degree, or an industry certification, all for free, and all from the comfort of a traditional high school. By teaming up with area colleges and industry partners like Microsoft, Google, Parkland Hospital, Wells Fargo, and Gulf States Toyota, our students are gaining real work experience and real college credit. So be inspired, be amazing, be whoever you want to be. Choose Garland ISD.
Back for kickoff, Naaman Forest on top 14-0 over the Titans. Well, the Titans just need to get something in the way of field position, Bobby. As I mentioned earlier, you know, pretty much this whole first quarter has been played in the Titan end of the field. We've seen 3 turnovers in this game, 2 by the Titans, 1 by the Rangers. Here comes the return board. They're looking to get outside, gets a good block, and then goes out of bounds around the 34-yard line. That's where the Titans will take over 1st and 10. Looks like they're going to mark him actually at the 35. So the Colonel offense will come back on the field. Here's a look at the offensive huddle. Again, number 4, Jaden Holland is the quarterback.
Doing a pretty good job, too. I mean, he had that interception there, but outside of that, he's been able to run the ball a little bit, keep their team on the field. And as long as you can keep their offense on the field, you're not allowing Naaman Forest to be out there scoring touchdowns. So the best approach at this game right here, I think, is to keep getting first downs.
He's going to keep it on the quarterback keeper, fakes the handoff, goes up the field, but number 56 there to make the quick tackle. That is Marcus Dill, the big junior for the Rangers. No gain on the play.
Boy, he just came out of nowhere. I mean, I thought he was blocked, and then, in fact, I thought there was a lot of running room there, but still just comes out of nowhere and makes a great play.
There's a snap on 2nd and 10. Holland looks to throw it. Ball's tipped.
Oh,
Ball's
no!
intercepted. That's Marcus Dill. And he's going to go inside the 20 all the way down to the 17. So Dill with the tip and the interception on the play. Was a penalty flag that came out late. An interesting call here. Watch this play, Bobby. As you saw, Dill was at defensive tackle, but he curls to the outside and then gets his hand on it.
Boy, what a play right there. He's such a big guy, too. Strong, fast. It's hard to contain him.
On the interception return, blocking the back, return team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down, Naaman Forest.
So the interception will stand, but they're going to get a block in the back, and so that will penalize the Rangers. And they will start 1st and 10 at the 30. Looks like the 34-yard line was where they're going to mark the ball. Boy, so the 3rd turnover of the first quarter here. There's a snap. Walton looks to throw it. He's got plenty of time. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a man out there. Catch is made. That's a touchdown. Kingsley Bennett, 34 yards.
Wow, that's pretty awesome that the running back comes out of the backfield and runs straight down the sideline for the fade route. He actually had a guy in the middle of the field wide open too, but Bennett making the play. Wow.
So it takes one play there to score a 34-yard touchdown. And there's a look at Kingsley Bennett, the running back.
Of course, that was all made happen right there by Marcus Deal, which is 6'5", 295. You know, he was able to get his hands up, get that big interception and return, and set that play up.
Yeah, we'll keep it here. There's a look at Bennett. Boy, and again, had a great senior season here so far. But you mentioned it, Bobby. I think Marcus Dill, you know, kind of made the play there for them with the, of course, the tip to himself, if you will, right? Gets his hands on the ball, and then the ball comes right to him on the interception. So really the catalyst for that play. But, boy, nice throw that time from Walton to Bennett.
Yeah, there's the big man right there. Got all kinds of looks. Of course, he had his brother played here, and he was incredible as well. He's got a great legacy.
Yeah, had both of them on the field last year for the Rangers. That was a really good team. District champion Naaman Forest Rangers last year.
Kicking off for Naaman Forest, Joel Rios.
And they are off to a 21-0 lead here with 4:50 remaining in the first quarter.
I remember watching Deal last year, you know, his brother, and thinking, oh my goodness, that guy is so big and so strong. And he also played on the other side of the ball, you know, as a receiver, tight end, whatever. And then all of a sudden you look out here and you see this other Deal, and he's 6'5", he's even bigger. And you're thinking, oh my goodness, what are they feeding those boys?
Ball falls off the tee. Set for the kick. And there it is, a high end over end kick. It's going to be fair caught by the Titans at the 28-yard line, and that's where they'll start 1st and 10. So the Titan offense back on the field. Again, they've got 3 interceptions here in this first quarter.
You know, they've done real well when they've run the ball, though. You know, they could keep going on that and then pass when you need to. They've been able to run the ball and make a few first downs. They started on the 1-yard line earlier and just moved down the field a little bit until they threw an interception.
There's the handoff. Trying to get through the line is number 3, Malik Price. But, boy, he gets wrapped up after a gain of about 2. And once again, Bird. It looks like Bird's going to have a big game tonight with the way he's going.
Yeah, he's 210 pounds, so when he comes in there and he throws his weight around, he can get to driving you backwards. Playing that middle linebacker spot. You can see how they're setting up. They got 4 down linemen, 2 middle linebackers, and then everybody else is just press coverage.
There's a snap. Looking to throw it this time is Holland. 7-step drop. He throws it. Oh, that was almost picked again. That time number 19 read it perfectly. Isaiah Wesley. Bobby steps in front of the pass and almost comes up with the fourth interception of the first quarter.
Yeah, they're dropping back. They got a little safety back there. It's kind of reading his eyes, and he's just breaking to the ball.
So 3rd down and 8 here for the Titans. There's a snap. Holland looking to throw it. He's going to throw it across the middle. He's got a man out there. Oh, and he gets tipped away. He was looking for Krim in the middle of the field, but the pass is incomplete.
Well, they're taking shots. They're not holding back one bit, and that ball could have been a touchdown as well. If there was just another foot on that ball. Look, he's back behind everybody. He has them beat. You got to float that ball up there a little bit, let your receiver run open.
So the Titans looking to punt it away. Rangers going to send one back to receive it. It's a low line drive kick. It's going to bounce out of bounds around the 49. So they're actually going to place it right on the 50.
For the Rangers.
So the nose of the football right at midfield. And the Ranger offense back on.
Well, that was the second punt that, you know, they've got to be able to get the ball downfield just a little bit further than that because, I mean, or you might as well just go for it. I mean, if you're only averaging 9-10 yards a punt, you're going to have to do something different there.
See a player come on late, and so the Rangers going to have to call a timeout here.
Timeout.
And we'll take a break with it. We've got 3:49 remaining in the first quarter. Our score, Naaman Forest 21, South Garland nothing. They've got some athletes.
Yeah,
remember?
they just go both ways.
We are back here. Homer B. John Statement getting the nose of the football right at midfield. First down and 10 for the Rangers. Here's the handoff to Bennett. Boy, he runs into somebody, but kind of turns on the Jets, and guess what? He is gone. That's another touchdown. Now, there's a penalty flag right here at the 49. That was a 50-yard run. Well, it looked like he was going to be dropped in the backfield, Bobby, and then he just kind of bounces out.
Hey, he's just so much faster than everybody else on the field.
And appears to be coming back.
It's almost like they were playing a flag game where, you know, they took a swipe at his flag and then he just juked everybody and took it to the house.
Took it to the house.
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot. Repeat first down.
So the holding call will momentarily
Forest, 10 yards.
halt the
Holding.
possession. It's going to back him up 10 yards.
First down and 20.
Well, Naaman's just having a hard time getting out of their own way. If they weren't having these penalties and drop passes, it could be a bigger score than 21-0.
You're exactly right. We've seen several drops here in this first quarter. Walton looking to throw it. Look at all the time he's got. Now the pressure comes. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a man. That is a long touchdown pass of 60 yards to number 3, Mikey DeLuna.
That's what you said. What's what we call throwing your guy open. He was initially not open, but he's got such a strong arm. Walton just takes his time, steps into the ball, and throws it as far as you can, and let your guy run underneath it and get it. Defenders think that they, got your guy covered, but you can't cover somebody that long. And then when you throw it so far, it's just you got to race to the ball.
We had all the time in the world to throw it, too, so great job by the offensive line. So the extra point attempt coming up here.
It was literally 50 yards in the air, that pass.
Snap and hold. The kick is up, and it barely gets over, but it is good. So our new score with 3:26 remaining in the first quarter. Naaman Forest 28, South Garland nothing. We'll be back after these messages.
We are all connected to something bigger than ourselves. Change one thing, change everything. The things we do today have an extraordinary impact on a child's future. A better child, a better world. GISD has a ripple effect on our community. Every lesson can positively affect our future leaders. We are Garland ISD, impacting lives, changing futures. It's what we call the GISD effect.
Look at the Titan drill team trying to cheer on their team. Right now, it's not looking real good. 28-0 here in the first quarter. Again, the big catalyst, the Titans have 3 turnovers here, probably 3 interceptions in the first quarter alone. And another kickoff here coming up by the Rangers. Ball going to be taken at the 20-yard line, looking for some blocks, trying to get outside, and he is actually caught from behind and dropped it around the 22-yard line. And the Titan offense coming back on the field here. See if they can get anything going here. A couple of first downs, anything to help out this offense.
Yeah, I think, they've had success trying to run the ball on the run option play, run pass option play, the RPO, and maybe you got to stick a little bit more to that. At least run the clock down a little bit. because they're throwing the ball every single play, and it's just leaving so much time on the clock for Naaman Forest.
There's a snap to Holland. He's going to hand it off, coming outside. Boy, and trapped from behind by number 41 of the Rangers there. A nice defensive play to come across Chandler Davis. It's going to be a loss on the play.
Yeah, a little middle linebacker comes through there. You see him coming there? And then when you start running side to side instead of up the field, it just gives too much time for those linebackers to get to your body.
Going to be a loss of about 4 yards on the play. Second down and 14 coming up. Just past the 3-minute mark here of the first quarter. There's a snap to Holland, looking to throw it, throws it out quickly to his running back. Running back tries to cut it back in the middle, and boy, meets several Ranger defenders there. Then, of course, Malik Price on the quick strike, but a gain of only about 5 yards will set up a 3rd down and 9.
But I like that play right there. You got your quarterback looking down the field, and then he just tosses it out there to his running back. I mean, just go ahead and do that. I know they want to throw the ball. They've practiced it, and they look good. And, hey, you got a freshman quarterback. He looks really good. He looks good when he throws it. He throws a tight spiral. He's going to the right locations with the ball, but he's still a freshman. The speed is pretty fast here. So just let him check down and then run the ball a little bit, and they look pretty good there.
And we're going to get a timeout called here by the Titans as the play clock was down to 1 second.
Timeout. South Garland.
That's going to be the Titans' second timeout. They've got one remaining here in the first half, and why don't we just keep it here, Bobby? Again, you know, the big story so far in this first quarter, of course, obviously Naaman Forest out to the 28-0 lead, but the 3 interceptions by the quarterback, and you mentioned it, you know, he's a freshman, he's going to make some mistakes, but, you know, when the passes we've seen from him so far from Holland, they've looked pretty good.
They've looked good. I mean, you've got to give him, but you got to let him check it down. You got to let him run the ball a little bit. Let him adjust to the speed of the game. And then make your shots out there if you want to, but let him throw to an open receiver. They've got it. It's exciting. It's exciting for sure.
We'll see if they try to open up, you know, with some screens and some things like that, you know, to try to get a little bit of the pressure off the freshman quarterback. But anyway, we are back to live action here. 3rd down and 9 coming up for the Titans. I've got to get to the 33 to pick up a first down. There's the snap. Here comes pressure, and he's going to throw it. I think his arm got hit as he threw it, and that ball's going to fall incomplete around the 41. But again, I think on the throw that time, Bobby, it looks like a Naaman Forest player got his hand on it.
It's a good block by the running back, number 3.
Right there.
But he's just able to get through and get too much pressure. He had his guy open in the middle again. And see where he was going with that ball. He's making good reads. But again, now it's 4th down, you're punting. You've only averaged about 10 yards per punt.
Oh, and a bad punt. It's still bouncing, and the kicker's going to kick it out of the back of the end zone. That's a penalty. And that will also be a safety.
So the special teams play has just not been, I mean, it's almost like might as well go for it. If your special teams play is going to be that bad, you might as well go for these plays.
Yeah, it was a short hop, and the kicker just kicks it out of the back of the end zone. You know, Bobby, that's twice in 2 weeks we've seen somebody kick the ball out of bounds. Remember last week we saw someone that floated, floated it into the stands.
It was Rowlett.
That's right.
It was on a kickoff return, actually.
Yep, you're right.
It was floating around, and big lineman took a shot at it, almost knocked the coach's head off, went into the stands. Of course, that's a 15-yard penalty when you do that.
Yeah, so the official's still talking about it here, but the Titans are already coming out with the tee to kick it off at the 20 again. That should be a safety. The official's not sure exactly what to call again. They're checking.
Like, well, he kicked it from the 5. Yeah. Should they just penalize him there and put it on the 2?
Let's get the rule card out and make sure.
I think that's what they're doing. They're reading the rules. That's okay. Make sure you get it right.
That's right. Yeah, we're kidding around, but officials have a very difficult job. You know, everything's going at a fast pace, and Yeah, they've got to make split-second decisions. So.
Well, usually if it's in the end zone and you kick it out, you know for sure it's a safety, right? But he was about on the 5-yard, but he kicked it through the end zone, and that's usually a safety there because it's a penalty.
Okay, here comes the call. Let's see what we got.
Illegal kicking against South Garland. Spot foul with a loss of down. Naaman Forest ball, first down, 7-yard line.
Boy,
Okay.
and that's even worse for the Titans.
Yeah.
You know, instead of getting the free count, I mean, yeah, obviously it's 2 points if it's a safety, but now you're going to give Naaman Forest the ball right at the 10-yard line, I think is what I heard him say.
Yeah. So what they did, they go through the rule book, and it's a penalty. But I thought he kicked it out at the 5, so I'm not sure why they're giving it to him on the 7.
Yeah, on the 7.
Because it should be a penalty from there at half a distance to the goal line, so it should be really on the 2.5, 3-yard line.
Empty backfield as Bennett comes on the sweep there, and he's going to stroll into the end zone for the 5th touchdown here of the first quarter. And a 7-yard touchdown run by Kingsley Bennett.
Yeah, 3 for Bennett tonight already.
Well, good blocking out there as well.
Yeah, everybody's got somebody, and they're all putting them on their back, and that again was leading the charge was number 56, and we've talked about him on defense, and there he is on the offensive line just clearing it out for Bennett to be able to stroll into the end zone.
Extra point attempt coming up here by Rios. There's a snap and hold. The kick is up. Boy, another low kick. And it just cleared the crossbar and good. So look at Kingsley Bennett, his 2nd touchdown. He's got 1 rushing, 1 receiving.
Offside.
Our new score.
Penalties decline.
Yeah,
Try
hang
is
tight
good.
just a second. There was an offside call. It was declined, so the extra point is good. So our new score, Naaman Forest 35, South Garland nothing. We'll be back after these messages. Back at Homer B. Johnson Stadium as the Rangers set to kick it off once again.
Jacob Trim and Tyrone Key back in the seat.
And there's the high end over end kick. It's going to sail out of bounds. That'll be a penalty on the Rangers. Boy, it's been a long first quarter. Still have 1:38 remaining.
Yeah, we look up at the other game,
Kicked
and
out of
they're
bounds.
almost almost at halftime. At
Spot
2
the
minutes
ball
left of the
on the
game,
out-of-bounds
half,
spot,
and
plus 5
North
yards.
Garland and
First
Saxe.
down, South Garland.
North Garland up 14-7. And they've got 2 minutes left, 2.5 minutes left until halftime.
First down and 10 for the Titans.
So they will mark the penalty yardage where it went out of bounds, give them the 5 yards. So 1st and 10 for the Titans at the 37. And boy, just like that, look like a face mask there that goes uncalled. There is a penalty flag out.
Marcus Deal making the stop. Penalty on the play.
It was Dill that came across to make the stop on the quarterback.
Yeah, he's just about everywhere. He's not coming out of the game. He's on offense and defense. I think he's on kickoff return.
Personal foul.
He's got to be in shape.
Grabbing the face mask. Defense. 15 yards from the end
So
of
I
the
stand
run.
corrected. They did
First
get
down.
the face mask, and there's a 15-yard penalty that goes against the Rangers, and
Penalty goes against Naaman
that is going to move the Titans into Naaman Forest territory for the first time in the game.
Against the Rangers.
Mark the ball at the 48
Titans now in Ranger territory.
of Naaman Forest. Let's see if the offense can do something here, Bobby. Again, they're now in Ranger territory.
Well, they've had 1 first down and 21 total yards. So they really do need to get something going here.
Quick throw out to Price. He's going to try to cut it back outside. That may have been a face mask as well that goes uncalled, but gain of about 2 yards on the reception.
See, just a nice little quick pass right there. You never know what's going to happen. You might be able to break something out, get out there and get some yards.
2nd down and 8 as we are inside of a minute to go here in the first quarter. Another run this time by the quarterback. He's going to gain 3 more. It's going to be 3rd down and 4. Holland keeps it himself, calls his own number.
Yeah, and Barnes, it is just a big group tackle. Barnes in there making a great tackle. He's 6'1", 235, playing that middle linebacker. And you can see they're just moving people in and out. See, he's already out of the game. He'll come back in, and that's a good way to keep everybody's legs fresh.
Yeah, they're going to let the clock run out here. There's a 4-second difference between the play and game clock. We have come to the end of the first quarter of play. Our score, Naaman Forest 35, South Garland nothing. We'll be back after these messages.
We are all connected to something bigger than ourselves. Change one thing, change everything. The things we do today have an extraordinary impact on a child's future. A better child, a better world. GISD has a ripple effect on our community. Every lesson can positively affect our future leaders. We are Garland ISD, impacting lives, changing futures. It's what we call the GISD effect.
For the start of the second quarter here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium, the Titans facing a 3rd down and 5 as we come back to action. Boy, it was all Naaman Forest in that first quarter. Of course, had the turnovers.
Yeah, they had 4 first downs, but they had 205 yards.
Here comes the throw on 3rd down. Oh, and Krim not able to hold on to it. He probably wouldn't have had enough for the first down anyway, but you got to hold those when they come.
Yeah, Lawrence is playing a heck of a game, though. I mean, he's already had that interception. He's had a pass breakup. He's had 4 or 5 tackles, and he was zeroed in on Grimm here. Watch this. Just, he was right there. Even if you catch that ball, he's going to go to the ground right there, and it'd be well short of the first.
So 4th down and 5. Let's see if the Titans keep the offense on the field. It sure does look like they're going to here. And why not? You're trailing 35-0. You're in Naaman territory.
And you've had some bad, punt special teams play. So you might as well just go for it here. That's why I would have probably ran that ball. At least got you 4th and 2 or 3. Pick up 3 or 4 yards. It'd make it a lot easier than 4th and 5.
Here comes the pressure. He's going to throw it deep. When there are flags all over the field.
Yeah, it's going to be a first down right there. It's going to be pass interference or holding.
Was intended for Jacob Krim.
Krim was fixing to run past him, and they just grabbed a hold of him and wouldn't let him run. And
Hubbard defending on the play.
It's probably a smart play because that ball was thrown out there, and I think Krim's pretty fast. He can outrun about everybody.
On the defense.
And there's your call.
10-yard penalty. First down, North
So
Garland.
that will keep the Titan offense on the field after the defensive holding call.
Well, that turned out pretty good for him. It should have been holding right there on Marcus Deal. You can see how they just grabbed a hold of him right there and didn't let him run past him. But Deal could have got to the quarterback if he would have been held trying to get on that pass rush as well.
1st and 10 Titans now at the 33 of Naaman Forest. There's the snap. Holland looking to throw. He's got time. He's going to throw it deep, looking to the end zone. He's got a man there. Contact is made, but pass falls incomplete. No flags.
It's just such a long throw. I mean, he's throwing 40-yard passes. That ball has to set up in the air a long time, and you can see Naaman, they're dropping 2 guys back there. Just way too long in the air. People have time to get over there and get to it, but you got to also go to the ball as well. Doesn't look like his receiver was really making an effort to get to that ball.
Second and 10 for South
Second down 10 here coming up for the Titans. There's a snap. Gonna hand this ball off to the right side. Oh, can he break the hold of Deal? He cannot. Trying to get around the end there. He's gonna end up losing a yard on the play. That was number 3, Price, but once again, Marcus Dill there
Price, the ball carrier.
just holds on and doesn't let him go.
Yeah, Dill is just doing whatever he wants to do down there right now. I mean, he's going through, he's getting pressure on the quarterback. He's going down the line and hitting the running backs. He's doing about whatever he needs to do.
Third down and 11. There's a snap to Holland. They're going to bring in pressure. Here it comes. He's going to throw it deep once again. He's got a man out there. Floats it.
Oh!
Boy, that would have been a tough catch, Bobby, but he was looking once again for number 2 that time, Tyrion Key, and just cannot connect.
Well, that's what you want. That was a beautiful throw right there. He's really got a good arm for a freshman. He has him.
Then 11.
Oh, went right through his hands.
Get a tough catch. That's an over the shoulder, and it is tough, but it was there.
It was there, but what you got to do is you got to turn your body. On passes like that, you got to learn to turn your body and look to the ball. Instead of letting it catch it over your shoulder, you got to turn your body, your whole entire waist and your shoulders and catch it up high.
Titans use their final timeout. It's 4th down and 11. They're probably going to keep the offense on the field. Well, I tell you, Bobby, you mentioned it earlier as we keep it here through the timeout. You look at the first downs here, Naaman with 4 and South Garland with 3, but of course our score 35-0.
Jaden Holland's now 3 of 13 for 8 yards and 3 interceptions, and they just keep throwing it. I mean, it's almost 3 out of the 4 plays they're throwing the ball.
Of course, when you're trailing 35-0, you've got to put the ball up, try to score points in a hurry. The one thing it is doing is it is giving this freshman some experience here at the varsity level.
He's making good throws.
So we come back to action here, and they do indeed keep the offense on the field for this 4th down and 11. They've got to get to the Naaman Forest 23 to pick up the first. There's a snap. Holland's going to throw it deep. The receiver falls down, and the pass is incomplete. Now, there is another penalty flag on the play.
And they're not just kidding around when they're throwing it either. They're not throwing little 5-yard pops and swings and right over the middle. They're throwing 40-yard bombs almost every play.
So we'll await the flag. It's another holding call against Naaman Forest.
Automatic first down.
Well, that's a tough call, too, because that ball was so far out.
Yeah, you see the receiver go down right there, though. The result is first down. It looked like he just got tripped up a little bit.
So that 4th down and 11 turns into a 1st and 10 at the 25. And, boy, obviously as deep as the Titans have been in the game thus far. Here's a snap. They're going to fake the handoff. Holland's going to keep it to the right side. Still on his feet. Bounces outside. Picks up a block. Cuts it inside.
Can he
and
do
he's
it?
going to go into the end zone. That is a touchdown, Titans.
Wow, he just does not look like a freshman player. Did you see the patience? First of all, he gets really hit hard, keeps his balance. Watch this. He gets hit right there. Boom. Stays balanced, and now it's not just about speed. It's about waiting for your blockers, cutting in. See this, watching this, being patient. And he just doesn't look like a freshman out there.
25-yard touchdown for the freshman, and the Titans get their first points of the night. Extra point attempt coming up here. There's, a bad snap, and the kicker's going to have to pick it up, but he's not going anywhere, so the extra point will be no good. But 6 on the board for the Titans on the quarterback keeper of 25 yards. And our new score, Naaman Forest 35, South Garland 6. We'll be back after these messages.
The Garland ISD Education Foundation provides resources to support and enrich education for all students in the Garland Independent School District. Every dollar donated helps fund innovative teaching and learning initiatives. Choose today to impact a better tomorrow. For more information and to learn how you can give, visit gisdedfoundation.org.
Look at the freshman quarterback for the Titans, number 4, Jaden Holland. Just scored on a 25-yard touchdown run. And, boy, if nothing else, that gets you a little bit of confidence right there, Bobby. You pick up the touchdown here in a varsity game.
Watch this. He takes a huge hit right there and stays and keeps his balance. Uses his vision, speed, slows down, speeds up. Watch it, a little slow and little jitter step right there. Just that one little tiny bit of seconds right there, it slowed the defender down just a little bit that he could get positioned to run into the end zone.
So the Titans set to kick it away. There's the kick. It's going to come down at the 23-yard line. This is Kingsley Bennett going to return this. He's got some speed. Breaks through some defenders. Looky here. Cuts it back to the left, and he's going to go. That is going to be a kickoff return for a touchdown. Now, it does look like there's a flag. A couple of flags I see.
Well, what a game Bennett's had. I mean, he just looks like he's at a different level and different speed than everybody else out there on the field. I think, on the next kickoff, you find that guy and you don't kick to him.
That's a pretty good strategy right there. So that will negate the touchdown.
Holding on the return team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down, Naaman Forest.
So the holding call will go against the Rangers. Boy, that's the one area that they've had some troubles tonight. Naaman Forest with a lot of penalties here in the first half.
We've still got 10 minutes into the second quarter. 10 minutes left of the second quarter, and they've already had 9 penalties for 85 yards. That is a lot of penalties.
10 from here.
So the ball will be marked at the, well, now they're backing it up even further, so they're going to spot the ball at the 37-yard line. Well, that's a big penalty. Again, that was a touchdown called back. Rangers now going to start at their own 37. So the offense back on the field. Walton takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws it out. He's got a wide open receiver right here. Breaks the tackle, a second tackle. Headed towards the end zone, one man to beat. Stays on his feet. That is a touchdown, Naaman Forest.
Woo! What a strong run. Sophomore, 5'11", 185 pounds, but man, did he play heavy. Just don't let no one tackle you. That's 3 people right there, and then someone hanging on your back, and you say, no, not today. Get off. I'm going on in here.
Boy, just a great run. Extra point attempt coming up. There's a snap and hold. Kick is away, and the kick is good. We've got 10:03 remaining in the first half. Our score, Naaman Forest 42, South Garland 6.
We are all connected to something bigger than ourselves. Change one thing, change everything. The things we do today have an extraordinary impact on a child's future. A better child, a better world. GISD has a ripple effect on our community. Every lesson can positively affect our future leaders. We are Garland ISD, impacting lives, changing futures. It's what we call the GISD effect.
42-6, Naaman Forest on top. 10:03 remaining here in the first half. Well, we've seen a little bit of everything in this game. Bobby, we've seen turnovers. We've seen some pretty good passes. We've seen a lot of penalties. Seen some turnovers. I've already mentioned turnovers.
A lot of special teams play.
Special teams.
Good and the bad.
Had a couple touchdowns called back.
One kick out of the end zone.
That's right. That's exactly right. Rangers set to kick it away. There's the high kick. It's going to come down right near the sideline at the 24-yard line. And boy, look at that run. And guess what? Here we go. Midfield. Still on his feet and finally taken down around the 38. There's a penalty flag sitting at around the 37. But boy, what a strong return that time by the Titans.
Making the stop, Joel Rios, the kicker.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to like fair catch it. He just kind of stood there for a second and then took off. Just kind of split the defenders.
Blocking the back. Off the receiving team. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
So the block in the back penalty called there against the Titans. That will negate the good return. Watch this.
South Garland on the kickoff return.
Splits three guys right there. Runs one over.
Takes it back to the 27, where it'll be 1st and 10.
It's a strong run by Grimm there.
So the penalty will mark it back at the 27 of the Titans. So 1st and 10 right there. There's the handoff up the middle. Boy, guess what? There is Bird to hit him once again and send him backwards.
He's just everywhere. Just a great ball player. He's got a great motor.
Malik Price, the ball carrier. Solo tackle.
Coaches love him out there because they can really trust him. They know where he's going to be everywhere. They know what play he's going to call, and he knows that his responsibility will be taken care of. They don't have to worry about him.
So a gain of 2 on that first down play. Holland looking to throw it. He throws it out quickly and then cuts back to the inside is Price.
Pass is complete to Malik Price.
Taken off his feet by number 24 right there of the Rangers.
And making stop.
Yeah, watch how fast Murphy gets out there, man. He was playing deep, and he's the one that comes in and gets the tackle.
3rd down and 8 for South Garland.
So another 3rd down and long coming up here for the Titans.
Titans with 49 total yards of offense.
Holland looking to throw it. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a man out there. Catch is
Got
made.
it. Can he go?
Cuts to the outside. Can he get a block? Boy, still on his
Still
feet.
up.
Look at the run. Boy, still up.
Now you got to be careful with the ball here.
Yeah, heads toward the sideline. Gets pushed out of bounds. But, boy, what a nice throw and catch and a long run after catch by number 2, Tyrion Key.
Here comes flags now. Well, that's why they're doing it. They've been in practice. They know they can throw it out there, and he can go get it.
Davis making the stop for the Rangers.
Yeah, that's when you start dancing. Then you get hit by people following up on the play, and the ball will pop out. So you got to be real careful right there. Yeah, I don't see where the flag came from, but it was right there during all of that.
Yeah, it looked like he threw the flag at the Titan player, so I wonder if he maybe said something.
Play. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense.
Yep.
Number 2. That's number 2's first unsportsmanlike conduct of the game. 15-yard penalty. First down, Naaman Forest.
Boy, and that hurts. Of course, he said first down, Naaman Forest. It's first down, Titans. First down, South Garland. But again, that was a big run and catch, you know, a run after the catch,
First
I should
down,
say.
South
But the
Garland.
penalty's going to back it up around the 37.
Yeah, it's they called it on the player that did all the running, so I'm sure he was a little bit excited, maybe over-celebrated there, and you can't do it.
Snap to Holland, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, breaks another tackle. This looked like the touchdown run. Although this time the Rangers there to wrap him up, and Gain of only 1 yard, but Bobby, that looked almost a carbon copy. He came right in the middle. He got hit, but was able to kind of bounce out to the right.
Yeah, right up the middle. Boom, he gets hit right there. Pops right back out. Nice job. But now you got to get upfield because Naaman Forest is really fast, and Bird right there on the tackle, and they're just so fast there. You just got to get going straight upfield.
So gain of only 1 for the quarterback. 2nd down and 9 here for the Titans. There's a snap. Looking to throw it. He's got time. Throws it out. He's got a man out there. Another catch is made. Once again, that is number 2. Nice stiff arm. Heads towards the end zone. Gets pushed out of bounds, but it looks like it may be 1st and goal. It is 1st and goal at the 7 for South Garland.
Let's see. Holland can really throw the ball out there. They just had to settle down a little bit.
Here's a look at number 2 right there, who's had 2 big catches here on this drive. That, of course, Tyrion Key, and 1st and goal here for the Titans. Holland looking to throw it. He's going to throw it out. Finds Krim. Krim still on his feet, takes a big hit, stays up. That's going to be maybe a targeting call. May have had a helmet-to-helmet there, and there's another flag that comes out late.
Now you got to stay under control right there. I mean, you get the play. You start talking and taunting, they're going to call it again.
Well, that first one, you saw the safety for Naaman come up, and like I said, they're going to get either helmet-to-helmet or a targeting on that. And then, of course, you had the flags after that. So there's going to be 2 penalties on this play. And we'll see who they go against.
You just have to control yourself, right? I mean, you've got the play. No more talking. Just get back to the huddle.
You'll see the safety come up right here. There you go. That's the helmet-to-helmet. Then not sure if the second penalty here is on
right here.
The Titans.
He spikes it and goes up into his face, and there's where the other penalty comes.
You know, so you may have offsetting penalties here as it turns out.
Personal foul, targeting, number 20 defense, number 20 is disqualified. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 1, offense. We will penalize the targeting half the distance to the goal. Then the the unsportsmanlike will be penalized 15. 1st down, South Garland.
2 penalties on the flag. Personal foul, targeting.
So half the distance to the goal on the targeting call. Then they'll back up the Titans 15. Well, I tell you, Bobby, I've never, liked those type of scenarios because, you're looking at the penalty against Naaman Forest, of course, half the distance to the goal, but then the Titans, they're going to get the full 15 on theirs, but I guess there's really no other way you can do it, but always seemed kind of unfair to me.
Yeah, it seems like if it's 7 yards on one side, make it 7 yards on the other, right?
I totally agree. So the penalties there called, and so the Titans will have a 1st down, but it's all the way back at the 18-yard line. Remember, they started this 1st and goal at the 7. So 1st and 10 at the 18.
Resuming play, 1st down and 10 for the Titans.
And they're going to talk about it some more. It might be the same. I don't know. It's the Naaman Forest coach, though, that's asking for it. I would think it would be the other side. I would think South would be wondering why the penalty is so big on their side, but he wants to know why his player's getting ejected when it looked like just a normal play to him, right? I mean, he's on the other side of the field.
And take a look at it again.
Yeah, he's looked like he just really kind of put his shoulder down and tried to hit him with his forearm. But anyway, they did call the targeting, and he had to leave the game, and I'm sure that's the explanation from the coach. He wanted to know what was going on here.
Martinez, the head coach for the Titans, gets an explanation as well.
They will play 1st and 10 for the Titans.
This game's going to end up being 5 hours. It is one of the longest first halves.
Looks like they got everything situated, so back to live action. 1st and 10 at the 18. There's a snap. The handoff goes to number 3. Boy, breaks through inside the 10. 5 still running towards the end zone, loses it. But he's able to fall on it for the touchdown.
18-yard run.
There you go. That'd make you fired up. That's some strong running right there.
Number 3, Malik Price. Watch this run.
Man, he's just battling through. Look, he's just pulling people. Oh, man, that ball did come out, though. That feels good. All that hard work you've been doing all this time, and you finally put one into the end zone right here. You know, no matter when it comes, you love to have it.
Extra point is up, and this time it is good. So our new score was 6:57 remaining in the first half. The Naaman Forest Rangers 42, the South Garland Titans 13. We'll be back after these messages.
In Garland ISD, we're providing a higher level of education. Our students not only choose their own path to success, but arrive there faster. We're eliminating thousands of dollars in college tuition costs with our P-Tech and early college high school programs. Students can graduate with as many as 60 college credit hours, an associate's degree, or an industry certification, all for free, and all from the comfort of a traditional high school. By teaming up with area colleges and industry partners like Microsoft, Google, Parkland Hospital, Wells Fargo, and Gulf States Toyota, our students are gaining real work experience and real college credit. So be inspired, be amazing, be whoever you want to be. Choose Garland ISD.
42-13, the Titans just score. Kick the extra point to get it a little bit closer. Now they're going to set for the kick here.
That was an impressive drive. They had some good throws and some great runs after the catch. They had to overcome some pretty big penalties and still put it in the end zone.
Yep, had the 2 big throws, as you mentioned, Bobby, to number 2, Tyrion Key, and kind of set everything up and had, overcame, like you said, a couple of big unsportsmanlike penalties as well. So here we go. There's the low line drive kickoff. It touches the Naaman player, but it's going to be picked up around the 36. Still on his feet across midfield is number 5. And finally taken down around the 47. Like I mentioned, number 5 for the Rangers, Roman Williams. And they're going to have good field position once again to start this drive.
Well, that was a long drive by South. So, I mean, it did get their defense a little time to rest. And so they should be ready to go here. They've had a little bit of time out there.
Got a new quarterback on the field for the Rangers as well. That's number 12, D'Angelo Perales. He is a freshman quarterback as well. So, hey, we got freshman quarterbacks on both sides now.
Yeah, that's kind of fun. Well, might as well, the score's 42-13. You might as well get these guys a little opportunity.
Boy, there's the high snap, and look who got the handoff, Bobby. That is Bird, who's had a well of a game on defense and then just comes up there with a huge run.
Yeah, that's kind of fun. When you've been tackling guys the whole game, all of a sudden you get to be on the other side and show your skills on that side of the ball. That's fun. And he might just go ahead and hand it off to him again, just reward him. Nope, taking him out of the game.
Yeah, I was going to say, yep, you got your one run, and now you're coming out. New running back there, number 30, that's Evan Thompson. And he will get the handoff and be tackled after a short gain of maybe 1 yard.
Thompson, the ball carrier.
Let's see Prowse there. Freshman.
Solo tackle by Jesus Galicia. 1 second and 9. From the 10-yard
Looks like they've moved in quite a few different players out there. Good, get these guys some time to play. It's a lot of fun when you can get out there and show your skills.
And off this time to number 30 once again to the right side. Evan Thompson, and he's going to be drugged down after a gain of about 3 yards. It's going to be third down and long here for Naaman Forest. Five and a half minutes remaining here in the second quarter. I tell you, there's 2 consecutive plays that look like face masks, but I guess they had him on the shoulder pads. So again, third down and 6 here. They can get a first down inside the 1. Morales looking to throw it, and that ball is intercepted.
Man, he laid all the way out to get that ball. That was a beautiful interception by big number 45 right there. Pacheco, linebacker, junior.
Not a bad throw by Morales, but a little bit high.
You got to use your body to get in there and get that ball, though, as a receiver. You can't kind of fall down on a tight play. You got to be a manhandler when you're trying to go through the middle. You got to be dominant to try to get that ball. And looked like he was just kind of falling down a little bit. Ball bounces out. Now you get to celebrate.
So the Titans take back over, 1st and 10 at the 20. Looking to throw it. He's got a man down the middle of the field. Almost picked off that time is number 85, the free safety, just sitting there waiting. Probably that was Jason Lawrence, and you've mentioned him several times tonight. He's had a pretty big game here on defense.
Yeah, he was just sitting back there playing safety that time. That ball was just in the air for so long. They're not afraid to throw it deep.
Second down, 10 yards to go.
There's a snap, fakes a handoff, and quarterback going to keep it to the left side and gain about 7 yards. A nice little run there once again by the quarterback, Jaden Holland.
I think they need to add a little bit more of that to their game, because right now they are just throwing the ball really deep every play, and you've got to get these linebackers and safeties coming up to support the run. And once they do come up to support the run, then you can throw over the top of them. But right now, since they don't think you're going to run the ball, they're just sitting deep.
Big third down and 3 here for the Titans. The handoff this time goes to Price. He's going to push his way for the first down. That will move the chains on the gain of 5. When you notice all these runs are away from Marcus Deal.
Yeah, I did notice that. He's sitting right there on that left defensive end. You see him right there? He just run away from him. But, you know, Dill, he's been going both ways. He's probably a little tired as well. He's going offense and defense. He's not had much of a break this game.
1st and 10. There's the snap. Handed off once again. Once again, Price. This time he is drugged down from behind by Dill. But again, once again, running away from him, running to the left.
Yeah, you got to at least put a body on him. You can't just let him run free. He's been able to run free both plays. He wasn't in on the tackle on the first one, but that second one, he just chases him all the way down. You have to at least put a body on him and slow him down.
Gain of almost 4 on that carry. There's a snap. They're going to hand it off this time, coming to the right side. Nice spin move, and it's going to be pulled backwards, but the momentum gains him maybe 2 more. It's going to be third down, a long 4. Here's a look at number 9 on the tackle, Lamont Potts.
Yeah, he's playing that outside hybrid linebacker. I think we used to call that the monster back. Kind of goes to the strong side and plays like an outside linebacker. He jumps out into coverage. He's the one that if there's a swing play, he's the one that's supposed to go get it.
Third down, 5. Here comes pressure. Looking to throw it deep. Nobody out there, almost picked off. It's going to be 4th down and 5.
Looks like he just lines up and just throws it as deep as he can and sees if anybody can go get it. You see right there, his man was open. If he didn't throw it so far, he could have thrown it, you know, about 20 yards, and it would have been right on the money, and he would have caught that, you know, in stride. There wasn't anyone around him, but he's throwing it so deep that the safeties are sitting back there and being able to knock those down.
Rangers not going to send a return. Now here he comes on late. For a second, I thought they were. And we got penalty flags as we have a, looks like a delay of game. Of course, the Titans with no timeout, so they couldn't stop it.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
So that's going to back him up 5 more.
Still having a hard time getting the right guys in here.
Yep, they sure are. There is a return man on the field now for the Rangers. There's a snap. Good snap this time and a good kick. It's going to bounce around the 45, bounce straight up in the air. And the Titans going to down it right at the 45. So 2:29 remaining here in the half. The Rangers still with 2 timeouts. So if they want more points here, they've certainly got the time to do it.
Yeah, I think, you know, they brought a whole second unit in there for the backfield, and of course they have number 12 in there right now, Paralis. So I would think they're going to try to run the ball. They only threw it one time, and it turned into an interception in the end zone. So I think you're going to get a heavy dose of running here.
There's a snap, and there's your handoff, just like you said, Bobby, through the middle. Number 30, Evan Thompson, once again with the carry. He's going to gain about 6 yards. A nice run on 1st down. There's a snap. Same play. Boy, nice move to the outside, and he's going to have a 1st down. Take it off his feet around the 44, but that is enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, Thompson's really running hard. He gets that 1st down. Now they're up to 315 yards here in the 1st half. 257 yards passing. They're 5 of 9 in the air.
Quick throw out. Oh, and just the receiver just takes his eye off the ball. It's a good throw out there.
They're completing 28.5 yards per pass attempt.
Good throw that time, as you saw, right in the receiver's hands, not able to hold on to it though. And 2nd down coming up here for Naaman Forest. Again, they still have 2 timeouts, as we mentioned. Here comes the run, but boy, he is met immediately and dropped, no gain. Matter of fact, may have lost a yard on the play. Here comes penalty flags out. We got 3 on the carpet.
Boy, Alvarez just, man, that was just a nice play. Coming down low, watch him, boom, found him quick. Good positive play right there. Naaman already has 10 penalties for 89 yards.
Yeah, and I think they're going to get a couple more here.
They've got to get that under control, because when you get in a tight game playing other teams that are just as good as you, and you have that many penalties. They had this many penalties last week as well.
So I haven't seen a single official
make a
mark
call,
the ball, but boy, they're all backing up.
All the players know what the penalty is. There's not even a ball out there.
That's what I'm saying.
But they know where it's going to be. I mean, come on, refs. Even the players are back there. Look at that. They don't have a ball. They just moved back because they knew where it was going to be.
So let's see if they're right. So here.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 14, offense. That's the number 14, first unsportsmanlike conduct of the game. 15-yard penalty will be third down.
So you couldn't see that, but the referee marked it right in front of the center and put it right down where the center was.
Yeah, right where they were. So they knew.
They're all asking the refs, what in the world took y'all so long? I mean, we've been standing here for 2 minutes.
There's the snap. Morales empty backfield, the quick throw out, and we're trying to break out of a tackle, but here we go. Penalty flags. That's going to be a personal foul face mask. That's going to give the Rangers an automatic first down.
This is complete to Zion Arnold Irving. And making a stop. Lamonte Kennedy.
Personal foul, grabbing the face mask. Defense, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, first down.
Penalty is against South Garland.
So the ball will be spotted at the 40. First down and 10 now for the Rangers. You can pick it up here. Pretty easy call. There it is right there.
There.
Yep.
You just reached right up there and grabbed it. I mean,
And off to the right side. And boy, another nice tackle. And guess who it is?
big 60 again, man. He's starting to come alive out there.
Made a couple big plays here.
Watch him break through right there. He got a big old lineman on him. It doesn't matter. That guy was pulling on his jersey. That should have been holding.
They're approaching 30 seconds remaining. Perales quick throw outside. Nice catch and then pushed out of bounds, so that should stop the clock. Set up a third down and about 4. We are right at 30 seconds remaining. And again, the Rangers still with 2 timeouts.
Bryson St. John making the tackle.
Perales doing a pretty good job
Tough third.
making these throws. I mean, these are just real quick throws, but he's putting it on the money.
There's a snap. Hand it off to the right side. Boy, he busts through. Here's a big hole. Cuts it back to the middle of the field. Now you use a timeout. Of course, the clock will stop momentarily while they move the chains. That is a first down run for Thompson once again. They're going to wind the clock. Let's see if the Rangers are going to use the timeout. Doesn't look like they're going to. Well, a lot of time coming off the clock here. Perales going to have to almost go to the end zone here. There's a snap, and he is going to go to the end zone. There's the throw. We're looking for the fade there to the outside, and incomplete. 2 seconds remaining. Got time for one more play here in the first half.
Yep, 2 seconds. So they will have that one chance to throw in the end zone here.
Just ran a little bit out of room here.
Well, they got a huge side of the field over here. It's on the right hash mark. So if they're going to throw anywhere, I would think that they would have a lot of room to throw it on the left side of the field here.
Two seconds. There's a snap. Perales 5-step drop. Going to throw it outside. Catch is not made as it was in and out of the hands of the receiver. And we have come to the end of the first half of play here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. Our score, Naaman Forest 42, South Garland 13. We'll be back after halftime. Back at Homer B. Johnson Stadium for the start of our third quarter. Our halftime score, Naaman Forest 42, South Garland 13. An interesting first half, Bobby, and let's take a look at some of the first half highlights. So the Rangers come out in their whites, Titans in their dark blues. First throw right off the bat to Flores. Goes all the way to the 1-yard line, then Kingsley Bennett does the rest.
Yeah, finishes it off strong.
Here's your freshman quarterback there. First of 3 interceptions in that first half.
Jason Lawrence really dominated that defensive secondary there.
was the fumble, the one turnover by the Rangers there in the first half. There's interception number 2. And then the quick throw to Forrest once again, who does the rest. Throw. That ball's tipped and intercepted by Marcus Dill. That was the 3rd interception of the first quarter by the freshman quarterback. And you see the deep throw to Kingsley Bennett.
Woo, what a game he's had so far.
Another deep throw from Walton, that time to DeLuna. And then there's a handoff to Bennett for the touchdown. Now here comes the first touchdown of the game for the Titans.
Yeah, nice strong run right there, and patient from the freshman quarterback.
Here comes the good touchdown that breaks 3 tackles into the end zone for the touchdown. Here comes touchdown number 2 for the Titans. Interception by
Wasn't that beautiful?
Yep.
Big play right there.
So we're back to live action. We saw the kickoff just moments ago. The Titans going to take over 1st and 10 at their 37. We'll get to some of the first half stats here momentarily.
Timeout.
And I think we already have a timeout as the Titans have to take it as the play clock was down to 0. So, Bobby, why don't we talk a little bit about the stats in the first half?
Naaman Forest had a dominating first half, 343 yards, 8 first downs, 265 yards in the air. That's almost 19 yards per reception play, and they had 78 yards on the ground. Now the big thing here is 11 penalties for 104 yards. They just could not get out of their own way, and 2 turnovers. One was an interception and one was a fumbles loss. So, but boy, Trey Walton, he's doing a great job. 5 of 8 in the air, 62%, 257 yards, 4 touchdowns, and he didn't even play the last 6 minutes of that first half. And Bird, 1 of 35, 35 yards, 7 attempts for Evan Thompson for 32 yards, and then Kingsley Bennett, man, what a run he's had. He's had 11 yards, but 2 touchdowns on those 2. He's made them count, and then everything else has been in the air. Flores has 99 yards and 1 touchdown. Jason Flores has 1 reception, 63 yards and a touchdown. DeLuna, 60 yards and a touchdown, and Kingsley Bennett, 35 yards and a touchdown. So they have just spread it around to all the receivers, and everybody's just having a great game over there for Naaman Forest.
So on that first down run, you saw the quarterback Holland keep it to the right side. He gained about 4 yards, and then right there on second down, boy, just a little bit behind his intended receiver, Krim. Here's a, well, I thought we were going to get a look at it again, but he was looking for Krim, just that, real quick, 2-step drop and then throw to Krim. But, yeah, here we go. We've got it right here. Here's the throw, a little bit behind him, almost intercepted.
Yeah, and Krim's like, don't throw that one. And he's sitting there in the slot. You can see him right there on the bottom of your screen, and he runs about a 4-yard little turnaround, but it was completely covered.
So 3rd down and 6, quick throw out to Krim. Boy, look at the Ranger defenders on him in a hurry. He breaks the initial tackle, but then swallowed up by 3 Ranger defenders. No gain on the play. It's going to be 4th down and 6. Let's see what the Titans elect to do here.
And that was interesting, man. You see number 56 where he's lined up. He's lined up right over the center, and he's the one that made that tackle. And he comes flying out of there on a swing play out towards the sidelines, and he's the one that makes the tackle.
So they are going to bring the punt. Oh, another bad snap. Don't kick this one. He's just going to fall on it. And Naaman Forest, much like in the first half, they're going to get the ball here deep in Titan territory.
I'm not sure if I would try to punt again. I mean, each time they've punted, it's just been a disaster. Two of those right there. One of them that put them down on the 3-yard line, and this one inside the 20.
Well, this time he doesn't try to kick it. He just is going to pick it up and fall down. And Again, Naaman Forest going to come out with the starting offense, and they're going to have great field position starting at the Titan 19-yard line. Just underway here, a minute into the third quarter. There's a snap. Wallen's going to head off to Bennett to the left side. Boy's got a lot of running room out here and pulls forward for a first down. That's a gain of 11 yards on the carry.
Pacheco on the solo tackle for the Titans. Goal.
First down and goal here for Naaman Forest. Ball at the 8-yard line.
And Naaman's averaging 6 yards per carry, so you know they've been able to pick up big chunks of yards each time they carry it.
There's a snap, another handoff to Bennett. This time appear to be going up the middle, but he bounces it outside, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown.
Well, it's just a nice, patient run. Gets out there, and then he gets low. It's hard to tackle somebody when they're so low, and they use their weight of their body. Look how low he gets right there, and he just pulls his way into the end zone. Boy, what a night he's had.
The senior running back for Naaman Forest. He had a good game last week against Garland as well. Again, that was a loss for Naaman Forest, but he had a big game, had a couple of receptions there, one for a long touchdown.
Yeah, he's had 3 on the ground tonight and 1 in the air. That's 4 touchdowns for him.
Boy, and I think that one got blocked, and it is no good. So the extra point, no good for Naaman Forest, but they do extend the lead. There's a look at the shirt there. Kingsley Bennett on the touchdown run of 9 yards. Our new score, Naaman Forest 48, South Garland 13. We'll be back after these messages.
The Garland ISD Education Foundation provides resources to support and enrich education for all students in the Garland Independent School District. Every dollar donated helps fund innovative teaching and learning initiatives. Choose today to impact a better tomorrow. For more information and to learn how you can give, visit gisdedfoundation.org.
(48-13). Not 2 minutes into the third quarter here. The Rangers on top in this ball game.
Yeah, I mean, Naaman doesn't need any, help to put points on the board in this game. And so when your kicking game, 2 times, put it on the ground, and it's just given Naaman Forest just so good of an opportunity to score. I mean, it's really tough on your defense for the South Garland.
Well, they're going to get the ball back here. Get Naaman looking to move to 2-1 in district play, and of course 2-1 overall. There's the kick. Fair catch is called for and made right at the 31-yard line, and that's where the Titans will start. Get Naaman looking to move to 2-1 on the season, 2-1 in district play. South trying to avoid going to 0-for-6 overall and 0-3 in district play.
Now the way to at least keep Naaman off the field and keep them scoring is if you can just put together a good drive right here. So they really need to eat the clock up, run the ball, get some first downs here.
Yeah, again, it's some good experience here for Jaden Holland, the quarterback, freshman for the Titans. There's a snap. He's going to fake the handoff, keep it himself. Oh, he should have handed it off that time as he gets hit immediately by 54, Elijah Johnson.
Woo. That was just dirty. They're like, who was supposed to block that guy? Yeah, when you block that, when you're on offense and you're a lineman, you don't just block the guy straight up. You've got to turn your body and create a wall for those running backs to get through there. And you can see right there, his offensive lineman just made contact with him.
There's a loss of 3. Holland steps out of that pressure. He's going to tuck it and run. Boy, and he gets thrown, and there's going to be a late penalty flag here.
Yeah, Roman Williams, I mean, he makes a good play, but, man, you've got to be smart. And he's out of bounds. You can't just swing him. I think that's where they're going to get the call here.
Block in the back.
Oh,
Offense. Penalties decline. Third down.
well, there you go.
Wow.
It looked to me like they had him standing up outside the out of bounds, and they really kind of just threw him here. See, watch this, and that's when the flag came up. I thought that's where they were going to get him.
Yep, I thought so as well. They get the block in the back, however, it is declined, so it is going to be third down and about 12 coming up here for the Titans. Again, just underway here in the third quarter.
Down 13 for the Titans.
Throw across the middle, that ball is tipped, falls incomplete.
Pass is incomplete, intended for Jacob Krim. Spinning on
And the Titans once again going to bring on the punt unit. Holland had some time. Bobby throws it across the middle, but it just gets tipped.
Yeah, they were right there. There's just nobody to throw to, actually.
Bird once again.
Yeah. I mean, man, he's just been everywhere, hasn't he? What a great athlete.
Yeah, had a huge game tonight here. Of course, mainly on defense. We did see him with a long carry in the first half as well. On offense, there's the punt straight up in the air. It's going to bounce and take a Titan bounce. It's going to be down to around the 48-yard line. But once again, Naaman Forest going to have really good field position here to start. Here's a look at Walton coming back on here. Looks like they're going to run out of the empty backfield, at least momentarily, as we've got 4 receivers to the top of your screen, 1 down here to the bottom.
Well, they are spreading it out, aren't they?
Yes, they are. There's the snap. Walton throws it out quickly. Jaden Flores gets some good blocks, cuts it outside, and then gets tripped up around the 34-yard line.
Big hit right there.
Yeah, have an injured Titan player as well.
officials timeout, injured player.
Just kind of knocked him for a loop because he came in hard and hit him right in the legs.
Yeah, that was the young man that made the play.
You see, it's just a screen out there, basically.
And he's up and on his feet, so a good sign for that young man. We get another big pass play to Flores.
Yeah, that was a pretty good design play. I mean, like you said, they had 3 guys up there. So Flores just pops back about a yard, catches the ball, and then he has 2 blockers, and then linemen were flying out there, kind of setting up that screen there, and just broke for a good play.
Jonathan Leon.
1st and 10. There's a snap. Walton looking to throw once again. Got all day long. Now the pressure comes, and he's going to go down.
Gets swallowed up.
Got to call that one a coverage sack, Bobby, because, again, the time was there initially.
And Darwin Murillo comes through there. Watch, he's just pushing, and then all of a sudden, whoop, here we come. We've also called big number 60 a couple of times, Alvarez. He's really put some pressure on some people tonight. He's working hard down there in the middle.
So after the sack, the handoff to Bennett to the right side. He breaks through.
Uh-oh.
Gets a block, and guess what? That is going to be a touchdown for Kingsley Bennett.
Touchdown.
Boy, he's making it look easy tonight, isn't he?
Kingsley Bennett.
Boy, he is indeed electric here on the ground.
Officials timeout.
I think he's carried the ball more times than he's been tackled. Whew.
And a stop momentarily, an injured player on the field. It's Jacob Krim, but he is running off to the side. Well, you're right. Bennett, though, has had just a huge game tonight for the senior.
Yeah, I mean, he's carried the ball 8 times. He scored 4 touchdowns. He's only been tackled 4 times. He's also caught a pass for a touchdown, a 35-yard pass for a touchdown.
Yeah, it was a beautiful throw. And I tell you what, the Rangers are going to have to call a timeout here. They're going to take a delay of game because the play clock just expired, and they're just going to go ahead and back them up 5.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay the try.
Delay of game penalty.
So the extra point attempt coming up here for the Rangers after the Bennett touchdown.
5-yard penalty.
Rios on to kick it. Kick is away, and it is good. So our new score here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium, 8:14 remaining in the third. Naaman Forest 55, South Garland 13. We'll be back after these messages.
We are all connected to something bigger than ourselves. Change one thing, change everything. The things we do today have an extraordinary impact on a child's future. A better child, a better world. GISD has a ripple effect on our community. Every lesson can positively affect our future leaders. We are Garland ISD, impacting lives, changing futures. It's what we call the GISD effect.
Look at the Naaman Forest Rangers cheerleaders. They are excited tonight as their team up big, 55-13, with 8:14 remaining here in the third. Again, Kingsley Bennett, the name of the game here tonight at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. Bobby, he's had a heck of a game.
Yeah, we've seen shirts that in the stands already.
Yes, we did.
I think he's selling jerseys already.
He might be. A fair catch is called for and made at the 27-yard line, and Titans will come back out on offense.
Fair catch made by Dalton Redden.
These guys are still down there coaching, trying to figure things out, doing the best they can.
Yeah, and it's been a long season here for the Titans. Of course, the name change, we talked about it in earlier broadcasts. The longtime mascot, the Colonels, was retired, and so now South Garland Titans, and it's been a tough year for them. Of course, they're, again, 0-3 coming in, or pardon me, 0-2 coming in district play, and 0-5 overall, trying to avoid that. And it's been tough, but, Bobby, we've seen some good things out of them tonight. They got a freshman quarterback that's going to progress. You know he's going to come along and get better with every game, and they do have some fight in them for sure.
Yeah, and they've gone quite a few games without scoring any points, and he's come in here and, boy, he's not afraid to throw it 40 yards down the field, that's for sure. And you see that he's got a lot of talent. He's patient when he runs, and he'll learn to be able to throw that ball, check down a little bit, and not always go for the deep, 40-yard touchdown every time. But, boy, he's got the arm to do it. And if you get him now as a freshman and you've got 3 years to mold him, that's going to be a great senior year for the young man.
Got a 3rd down and 7 coming up here for the Colonels. Here's a look at the freshman quarterback we were just talking about. Snap to Holland. Looking, he's got time, he throws it out. Oh, and led his receiver just a little too much. That would have been enough for the first down. Looking for Key that time, Bobby, but just not able to connect.
Yeah, and that wasn't his #1 receiver. You watch him; he's looking down. He sees a guy cross. See, that was his check down. So I mean, that's good things you see from a quarterback, that he kind of checked down to different receivers, kept his eyes up, and watching everybody downfield. The accuracy will come.
So the punt team back on for the Titans.
I don't guess I would try this. Nope. Why do this again? Oh. I mean, it's better to just go for it.
Exactly. And you've said it, Bobby, the special teams just not getting it done here tonight at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. Another disaster here, boy, and just another bad snap.
I know, and you got to go to the coaches here on this one. I mean, you got to say, okay, you got to know what you have, and don't put your players in those situations. Now, this is going to be basically 3 touchdowns because of special teams right here on the punt team. So, and the other 2 that he got off were only netted about 10 to 12 yards. So, I mean, it's just one of those things you might just be better off to go for it.
So 1st and 10, once again, the Rangers deep in Titan territory. The handoff to the new running back in the game. There's number 1 with the carry. That is Kason Rideau. He is a senior running back for the Rangers, getting some action tonight and tries to get around the corner and gains only about 2.
Yeah, you got to take it upfield, man. You got to plant that foot and go straight upfield. It's hard to outrun people to the outside.
New quarterback is Perales back in the game as well. There's a handoff once again. Oh, that looked. Well, it looks like face mask, Bobby, but I guess they're grabbing him by the
jersey
by the jersey there, close to the shoulder pads. Boy, and guess who it was? Once again, big number 60 for the Titans. He's had a good game on defense.
He really has. I mean, he's kind of just pushing people around and making plays. Yeah, you see him just grabs that jersey right there and just waits for somebody to help him, and that it just doesn't come for a long time. He has to hold him down like a cowboy wrestling a cow there for a minute. Wait for somebody to come help him.
3rd down and 7 after the gain of 1. There's a snap. Perales, low snap, but he's able to hand it off to Rideau. Breaks a tackle, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, he's like, keep giving it to me. See?
15-yard run by Kason Rideau.
Good blocking right there by all the guys, man. Just a lot of pancakes. They just push everybody down to the ground there.
Rangers have hit the 60-point barrier, 61-13 to be exact. We got 5:10 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Extra point attempt coming up. Yeah, penalty flag comes out. We're going to have another delay of game, it looks like.
Delay of game.
Maybe he's more comfortable 5 yards back.
Just keep adding to the tally of Naaman Forest and all their penalties.
5-yard penalty on the conversion attempt.
13 for 114 yards.
So a little bit longer of an extra point here.
That's more penalty yards than South has on offense.
And now the Rangers go ahead and elect a timeout. So they're going to go ahead and take a timeout on this extra point attempt. We'll take a break with them. Got 5:10 remaining. Our score, Naaman Forest 61, South Garland 13.
In Garland ISD, we're providing a higher level of education. Our students not only choose their own path to success, but arrive there faster. We're eliminating thousands of dollars in college tuition costs with our P-Tech and early college high school programs. Students can graduate with as many as 60 college credit hours, an associate's degree, or an industry certification, all for free, and all from the comfort of a traditional high school. By teaming up with area colleges and industry partners like Microsoft, Google, Parkland Hospital, Wells Fargo, and Gulf States Toyota, our students are gaining real work experience and real college credit. So be inspired, be amazing, be whoever you want to be. Choose Garland ISD.
Extra point, they're going to go for 2 here. And Perales just going to throw it out of the back of the end zone there. So the extra point attempt is no good. We'll keep it here. 61-13, Naaman Forest on top with 5:10 remaining in the 3rd. And again, Rangers appear to be on their way to 2-1 in district play. So it's going to move them, Bobby, to the upper half there of district, the district standing. So right now, of course, you've got 2 teams that are at the top that are undefeated right now. That's Garland sitting at 3-0, and then you've got Saxe at 2-0. So those are the only two remaining undefeateds in the district play. So 2-1 record for Naaman Forest is going to move them right up there in that upper tier.
Yeah, Saxe's up 42-27 against North Garland right now. 5 minutes remaining of the game. But you're right, there's going to be 3 teams on the top. Who's that 4th team that's going to sneak in?
That's going to be the interesting part to see how it all shakes out.
Yeah, I mean, I think I will go with North Garland.
You're going to call it now, huh? North
yeah,
Garland.
I think North Garland's got a great quarterback, some great receivers, and I think they're pretty good.
Well, there you have it. Bobby George calling the Raiders, making a playoff push. Will be interesting. We've got, of course, all the schools on bye next week, and then, 2 weeks. 2 weeks away here as you see the kick and the fair catch called for and made at the 30-yard line. But in 2 weeks, Bobby, on a Thursday night, which is interesting, a Thursday night game, but we do have Saxe and Garland coming up.
Boy, what a game that's going to be. 2 undefeated teams going at it. And, well, that's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, Garland, kind of getting back to where they used to be. And of course, Saxe, kind of been on the top, for a while now. And so both of those teams, again, if Saxe holds on to their lead right now, like you said, both teams come in at 3-0.
Yeah, Saxe's got the big quarterback, Alex Orgy, coming in there. And we know how good he is. He can throw the ball all over the place. Plus, he's big and he can run and wears people down. And then Garland High School, man, we remember all those sophomores that were playing. They're all 3-year starters now, and they've all grown up together, and boy, they really look good when they line up out there on offense. It just looks like they know exactly what they're going to do.
Boy, did you see that, Bobby? Malik Price,
yeah,
with the run, he almost fumbled it right there, and he's going to end up gaining about 13 yards.
I don't think anybody knew he had the ball because he was hiding it on his hip. Yeah. It's the old hide the ball trick.
Finish up your last thought. Yeah, Garland, as you mentioned, kind of where North Garland is this year. North Garland's starting a lot of sophomores, but yeah, 2 years ago, Garland starting a lot of sophomores, and they had those growing pains. But of course, now they're 6-0 right now on the season, 3-0 in district play, and made an appearance back in the area top 10, which is it's been a while for them. There's a quick throw out and catch made by Krim.
They've been trying to make that play work all night. He sits in that slot and he just runs about 7 yard and just hook up.
5-yard gain.
I'm waiting for him to do the old hook and go, little pump action.
There's a snap. Well, high snap, quarterback going to keep it up the middle. Big hole. He's going to have a first down run. Or pardon me, a second down run. They are driving here on this one.
Yeah, look at that. See, that's how your lineman is supposed to do. See how 58 gets downfield? He doesn't just block his guy. He turns his body and makes a wall. That's how you do it right there. That's perfect.
There's a snap. Holland quick throw out once again, and there's that same
Get
play.
Upfield. Get upfield.
And he's going to cut around to the left. Look at
using
here.
the speed.
Now he's going to get hit and knocked out of bounds, but boy, nice run after catch by Jacob Krim, and another first down for the Titans.
He catches it right there, and then he just sees an opening, but usually that don't work out for you too well. He's using his speed to get out there. Keep running. He would have got another 5-6 yards.
So 1st and 10 at the 19 of Naaman Forest. Get a handoff to Price to the right side, cuts outside. Oh, a nice open field tackle. That time, number 13 of the Rangers comes flying in. Now, there is a penalty flag, and we'll check this one. May get an offside call here against the Rangers.
Watch Zion Arnold come through here. Man, just uses his speed and just goes at him like a target.
Was an offside call against the Rangers. That's going to move the Titans 5 yards closer. First down and 5 now at the 14. Snap to Holland, looking to throw it. Here comes pressure. He's going to throw it towards the back of the end zone. Boy, just not able to communicate with the receiver that time, Bobby. And
yeah, I think one was supposed to post up right at the goal line, and one was supposed to do a back corner route. And they just couldn't get there in time.
Pass is incomplete, intended for Jose Campos.
Incomplete pass sets up a 2nd down and 5.
I think I'm going to run it again. They're really spreading them out, being able to run up the middle, and I think that's where I'm going to go. Try to get that first down. If you don't get it, you still have another down to get it. So if you throw it, you still have 4 yards to go. I want to try to make it a short 3rd down.
Handoff this time coming to Price once again, and boy, she gets knocked out of bounds. He's going to lose, I think, a yard.
Yeah, you got to get going upfield. If you got 4 yards to go, you got to go upfield to get 2 at least.
Johnson forces the ball carried out of bounds.
Well, they just had him surrounded.
So 3rd down and 6 here for the Titans. Got to get inside the 10 to pick up the first down. Quick throw out, Holland to Krim, and he will have a first down as he runs over the Ranger defender, and it's going to be 1st and goal here, South Garland.
How about that? That was a big play right down there towards the end zone. Oh, that's what you want, though. You want your quarterback to be decisive.
Solo tackle for the Rangers.
That's how you do it right there.
1 minute remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Titans 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. There's a snap. Holland looking to throw it. He's going to throw it to Krim once again, and this time Krim hit immediately. So the pass complete, but no gain on the reception.
To Jacob Krim. Making the stop for Maury Butler.
Butler just comes through there and just squares him up. Look at that. Just a nice job. He never gets any separation from him.
Second down for the Titans.
Uh-oh.
Holland's in some trouble trying to get outside to the right, and he's just going to go out of bounds. I think he's going to lose a yard on the play.
I mean, he shows how fast he is and patient he is as a runner because they really had him.
And that will do it here for the 3rd quarter at Homer B. Johnson Stadium at the end of 3. Our score, Naaman Forest 61, South Garland 13. We'll be back after these messages. Back for the start of the 4th quarter here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. Our score, Naaman Forest 61, South Garland 13. Titans with a 3rd down and goal just right at the 11-yard line. Well, it's been a long game here, Bobby. Of course, we've had a lot of passing and you know, several penalties as well. Here we go to the end zone. Is that catch made? I think he was out of bounds. He caught the ball, but I think he was out.
That was great coverage right there. There's just nowhere to go with that ball. I can't believe he caught it. That's just super athletic play. A good defensive play, too. He was able to block him out into the back of the end zone. See, watch that. Good position.
Yep, and like I said, he did catch it, but
4th down for the Titans.
Yeah, Butler Murphy does a good job down there.
They're going for it on 4th and goal. Holland scrambles out. He throws. He's got a man out there. Touchdown.
Wow.
Complete touchdown, South Garland.
That's how you do it, when you keep your eyes down the field and watch other players. Boy, as soon as he took off running, you could see the whole defense come at him to tackle him because they thought he was going to run. Watch 45. Everybody comes up. Right when he does that, it leaves his receiver wide open in the end zone. Krim.
Well, Krim almost dropped it there, too. He was so wide open.
Yeah, that's all quarterback play right there. That's making the defense do what you want them to do.
Extra point attempt coming up. It is up, and it is good. Our new score with 11:45 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Naaman Forest 61, South Garland 20. We'll be back after these messages on GRS TV.
We are all connected to something bigger than ourselves. Change one thing, change everything. The things we do today have an extraordinary impact on a child's future. A better child, a better world. GISD has a ripple effect on our community. Every lesson can positively affect our future leaders. We are Garland ISD, impacting lives, changing futures. It's what we call the GISD effect.
Here's a look at the freshman quarterback for the Titans, Jaden Holland.
And we don't have the stats on how big he is, but he looks like a pretty good-sized kid.
Yeah, certainly a lot to work with over the next 3 years.
Yeah, it's got to make you happy about that you find somebody that can probably lead your team for a while. Because you just only get better. The more you know your players around you, the more you get patient with the speed of the game.
There's the kick. It's going to float out of bounds around the 32-yard line. So we'll tack on the 5 yards and should be 1st and 10 here for the Rangers at around the 37.
Untouched kick out of bounds. Kicking team. Ball will be played. The out of bounds spot plus 5 yards. First down.
See the band still playing here. Prowlis takes the snap, hands it off to the new running back on the field for the Rangers. I believe that was number 80.
Yeah, they're just moving guys all over, in and out of the lineup here.
2nd and 6 for the Rangers.
A lot of different guys on the line as well.
Play clock down to 10 as handoff goes to number 80.
Brought in around the 50-yard line. Solo tackle by Eduardo Coronado. 1st and 10 Rangers from the midfield stripe.
Letting as much time run off the clock as possible here in between each play. Get a commanding 61-20 lead. There's a snap. Morales hands off once again. Well, and guess who it is once
Yeah,
again.
Guess.
He has had a good game here for the Titan defense.
He really has. I mean, he's not stopped playing. He gets in there every play, and it's just working his tail off. And, you know, you don't usually see solo tackles by a big two-tech like that in the middle. Usually, if they get their hands on somebody, there's a swarm of guys coming over and helping him, but he's having to drag people down by himself.
2nd down and 10. Here's a snap. Morales hands it off once again. Another run to the left side, gains about 4 yards. Going to be a 3rd down and 6.
Elizondo on the stop.
Elizondo and Eduardo Coronado in on the tackle. 4-yard gain, 3rd and 6.
Approaching 9 minutes here remaining in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, ball's on the 46, and they just pushed into South Garland's territory here.
There's a snap.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that time they brought some players, did the Titans, and they're going to stop the running back for a loss on the play.
Ontiveros comes down the line. Watch him just come down the line just like you've been taught. Boom, and it comes back to you. You're there to make the play. Just a good job. He's been coached well, getting some opportunity to get out there and make a good tackle.
So 4th down here, Ranger offense staying on the field at least for now as the play clock's running down. They may take a delay game, bring the punt unit on here. Yeah, that's exactly
what they're going to do. 4th and 7, might as well, right?
Yep, so they take the delay a game and
5 yards penalty.
got to bring the punt unit on now and get set to punt it away.
Penalty against Naaman Forest.
Well, I see one of the Titan players limping as well. Kind of interesting he was on the field for that play.
Yeah, I mean, he really is limping. Like maybe he was just walking towards the sideline and twisted his ankle. A lot of times, you know, you have those big old spiked shoes like that, and you can just kind of just twist it out there, step on somebody's foot, and just rolls it over. That's probably what happened there.
Punt formation on Ranger, Jason Waters.
Ranger set to punt it away here. Rangers don't have enough players on the field, and it's going to back them up 5 more on the delay of game.
Second timeout and a half.
Or maybe they got a timeout called here.
Timeout, Naaman Forest.
Yeah, so the Rangers do call a timeout here. We'll take a quick break with them. We've got 7:42 remaining. 61-20, Rangers on top. Fourth down and 12 coming up here for the Rangers. Punt unit back on after timeout. There's the snap. Oh, that punt's blocked.
By who else?
He got it.
The big man. Woo! Having a big game. I thought he was going to pick it up and rumble tumble to the end zone.
Now that would have been a highlight reel.
I'm telling you, that guy's got to get the player of the game for South. I mean, he wanted to.
He sure did.
10, South Garland.
I think he would have if somebody didn't step on his hand.
But now the question would have been, would he have made it to the end zone before somebody
I don't know,
caught
but I
him?
sure would have liked to have seen him try
You and me
it.
both. Look at him, all smiles.
It was senior night tonight. I saw him walk out there on the field with his parents, and just awesome.
So the Titans take over, 1st and 10 at the 36. There's a snap.
Yeah.
Hand it off, or pardon me, fakes the handoff, and then Holland's going to go down at the 45. So that's a big loss of 9 yards.
Yeah, I know Big Alvarez's parents and family's all out there. They're all rooting for him tonight. Had everybody out there because it's senior night, walking out on the field. Good play there.
Yeah, this is what you don't want to see is guess who that is that's injured. That is the quarterback. So Holland down, and hopefully it's not a knee, as he was kind of holding that knee. He's up on his feet now. He's going to have to come off for at least one play, and
Injured player for South Garland, number 4, Jaden Holland.
well, hopefully he will be okay. Again, he's played a good game tonight.
Yeah, and they've got a great quarterback in Jimmy Shelley, you know, coming back out there, I'm sure. No, he went back down. I guess not, but looks like they're going to have somebody else out there on the field. But
yeah, looks like they're going to go ahead and have number 2, Tyreon Key at quarterback. Let's see if he just takes it and runs with it. Let's see. There's a snap. Yep, he's going to hand it off to 32. Trying to get through on the left side, and no gain on the play.
man, that was a good play by big number 35. Avila coming down the line, making a good stop. And he returns back out there, so got Holland back in there. That's a good sign.
Yes, it is. Of course, he's coming into a 3rd and 14. There's the snap. 5-step
got
drop.
him.
He's going to throw deep. Looking for Key.
Got
and
it.
Key has the catch.
Woo! What a catch!
Boy, right in between 2 defenders.
He went up and got that ball too, but nice little ball he throws here. And there's a flag, but I didn't see what they did, but
Pass interference.
That's interference?
On the defense.
Yep, they got interference.
Field is a reception. Penalty is declined. First down.
Penalty goes against Naaman
The
Forest.
1st and goal here for the Titans.
First and goal.
There's a snap. Oh, a high snap, but he's able to hand it off. Headed towards the end zone. Is he going to get there? No. I
Oh,
think
he's still up.
Well, he comes out of that pile still, and he's still running. Look at him.
Sanders takes it inside the 5 and is spotted on the 2-yard line.
2nd and goal from the 2. There's the snap. Well, high snap, but the handoff goes to 32. Can he get there? He dives. That is a touchdown. Cameron Sanders.
Sanders, touchdown, 2-yard.
Titans back on the board once again.
That's fun right there. Doing a lot of work, getting the end zone. That's what it's all about, having fun.
Extra point attempt coming up. There's a snap and hold. The kick is up, and that kick is good. Well, look at Sanders there. Gets a touchdown run for the senior. The Titans inch a little closer. We'll keep it here. Naaman Forest 61, South Garland 27.
Oh, he's having fun right now,
Yes,
man.
he is.
That's good times.
So can't say enough about the Titans fight here tonight in this game. Bobby, you know, they got down, pretty big there in the first quarter, but they have not quit, and, they put 4 touchdowns on the board against Naaman Forest.
Yeah, why not, right? That's fun times right there. Big 60, he's had such a good game. You can't say enough about those guys, man. They have been working hard tonight, and even if they're not going to win this game, they have really put up a nice fight, and you know that they're having fun. They're still having fun out there, and that's what it's all about.
They're getting set for kickoff. 5:06 remaining here in the game.
Manuel Estrada kicking off for the Titans. Ryan Arnold Urban back deep.
And there is the kick. See it come down right at the 35.
Oh,
It's
they're going to get it.
fumbled.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Naaman able to fall on it. So
Yeah.
there's number 9, Lamont Potts, and
Lamont Potts Jr. calling over.
will kind of bounce off his hands, but he's able to fall on it before the
Well,
Titans get there.
That was a close play. Boy, could you imagine if the Titans got to that ball? Oh my goodness, they would have went crazy right down there on the sideline where they're all at.
Yep. So the Rangers offense back out on the field. Again, number 12 quarterback D'Angelo Perales, the freshman as well. Hands it off to number 80 once again. 80 seen a lot of carries here in this second half. That's David Suarez. He is a junior running back for the Rangers. Had some pretty nice runs here as well. He picks up 5 more. Here's a look at Mr. Suarez.
Well, he's had his jersey just ripped all over the place, isn't it? Do you see it? It's like, you remember those little tear-off jerseys
Oh,
they used to
yeah.
have
Yep.
way back when? They should implement that again. That
I
was
agree.
fun.
Yes, it was.
And now they get these jerseys that are so tight on your skin, it's hard to even grab a hold of them.
It's hard to take them off after the game.
Yeah, it's like, it's impossible.
There's a snap, handoff once again to 80 Suarez, and this time the Titan defense in the backfield, and he's going to lose 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 8. Number 45 for the Titans in on the tackle. Avion Pacheco, he's made several plays tonight for the defense as well.
Boom. That's nice plays right there. That's how you swarm the ball.
Snap to Perales, going to hand it off once again. Boy, a big hold this time.
David Suarez.
And Suarez, I think, is going to have enough. Yeah, he does indeed. Picks up enough yardage for the first down. That will move the chains.
Rangers first down. Anthony Naaman
Well, he's going to be sore tomorrow. You know,
for South Garland.
he's gotten a lot of playing time. He's been getting hit a lot, running a lot. And his neck's going to be sore because he needs to get a tighter jersey, you know, because they're able to grab a hold of that jersey, and it's like that's what's pulling him down. He's getting it, and his neck's going to be burnt up because you see how that jersey just keeps ripping around his neck.
Yeah, it's not fun at all. There's a snap. Another handoff to Suarez up the middle. Boy, another nice run for that young man as he's out to the 45 of the Titans.
On the 45-yard line.
He needs new shoes, everything. Look, he lost a shoe now. Man, that guy.
He's going to stay in, though. Look at him.
Second and 3.
Oh, he's having a good time out there, man.
Yes, he is.
Lost a glove. He's trying to get a glove put on.
Second down 3 coming up here for the Rangers as we approach the 2-minute mark of the game. There's another handoff. Suarez, first down. Woo! Still on his feet. And gets taken off his feet around the 31-yard line. That's a big run for Suarez.
Man, that was a strong run. I mean, that was a big hit. You remember those Oklahoma drills you'd do, and you'd have everybody line up, and then you just take a linebacker and a running back head on? That's exactly what that was, but I think he won that battle.
Yeah.
That's going to be on his little highlight reel of Huddle.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It'll be a Huddle video
Yeah,
for sure.
man, he's going to be sharing that all over the place.
First and 10 for the Rangers. See if they're just going to go ahead and take a knee. Run out the final minute and a half of this game. Yep, they are in victory formation. Their penalty flag comes out as well, and
come on, line judge.
that's what I was about to say. At this point, just
I mean, they're taking the victory snap.
Yep. So we'll check the flag here.
Penalty marker on 34.
Maybe the referee will decline it. What do you think? Linesman comes in and tells him, hey, it was offside, and he's, hey, I decline it.
Yeah, he should. He probably shouldn't have called it. It's not going to mean anything for the end result of the game.
They're still talking about it. There you go. Procedure call against Naaman Forest. It is declined. Again, I think he declined it. Listen, I'm not calling that. I'm going to decline this one. So
there's a lot of penalties against Naaman Forest. They're going to really have to work on that, I believe.
Yeah, I agree with you, Bobby. That's the one, probably negative in the game here tonight for Naaman Forest is the number of penalties.
Yeah, when you get in a tight game, it's going to really matter. Right now, it hasn't mattered much this game, but you get in these real tight games where there's really teams that you're really trying to play against, and you put yourself in a bad situation, it's hard to come back on.
Yeah, they're going to be playing Saxe as well here in a couple of weeks, and got to clean things up here if they want to survive that game. And of course, they got the big win in week one of district play, against North Garland, Bobby, which you mentioned them. Hey, you're calling the playoff spot for the Raiders, but they've got a little fight in them this year, and
well, it seems like North has gotten better as the games have gone along, though. It seems like, like you said, there's a lot of young players on there, sophomores, and they're getting better. The game seems to be slowing down to them. And they put up a good fight against Saxe tonight.
Yes, they did. So the teams are going to line up at the middle of the field as we run out the final 10 seconds. We hope you've enjoyed this game. Boy, big win for Naaman Forest. They're going to move to 2-1 in district play. For the Titans, they will drop to 0-3. And the horn sounds that we have come to a conclusion. Our final score tonight here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium, Naaman Forest 61, South Garland 27. We'll see you next time on GRS TV. Enjoy the highlights.